The Trump crony who rebranded the Department of Defense as the testosterone Department of War and soldiers as warfighters has rebranded himself as a man-child after a tantrum of epic proportions.
That's a brutal opening, but it sets the stage for a truly jaw-dropping exchange. When the White House tries to control the narrative around fallen soldiers, it's not just a bad look, it's a dangerous precedent.
At the Pentagon this morning, Secretary Hegseth, while defending the administration's handling of this war, made these two statements just minutes apart in his prepared remarks.
Much was made of the volume of missiles Iran was able to shoot in the first few days. And sadly, as we projected, a few got through and killed 6 of our best, who will hopefully arrive home soon.
During the briefing, the discussion turned to how the attack was described publicly. The exchange drew attention because it followed confirmation that 6 American service members had been killed. The wording quickly became part of the broader debate about how leaders communicate during moments of military loss.
We will avenge them, no doubt. When a few drones get through or tragic things happen, it's front page news. I get it. The press only wants to make the president look bad, but try for once to report the reality.
During that White House press briefing today, I asked Caroline Leavitt about those comments. Is it the position of this administration that the press should not prominently cover the deaths of U.S. service members?
No, it's the position of this administration that the press in this room and the press across the country should accurately report on the success of Operation Epic Fury and the damage it is doing to the rogue Iranian regime that has threatened the lives of every single American in this room. If the Iranian regime had their choice, they would kill every single person in this room. And so we can all be very grateful that we have an administration and that we have men and women in our armed forces who are willing to sacrifice their own lives for the rest of us in this room and for every American across the country and for every troop that is based in the Middle East. That's what these...
Secretary Hegseth was complaining that it was front page news about these 6 service members who were killed.
That's not what the Secretary said, Caitlin, and that's not what the Secretary meant, and you know it.
Drones get through or tragic things happen, it's front page news. I get it, the press only wants to make the president look bad.
If this kind of breakdown matters to you, this is exactly what we do here.
Yeah, as you know, we cover the deaths of U.S. service members under every president.
The press does only want to make the president look bad. And the Secretary of Defense cares deeply about our war fighters and our men and women in uniform. He travels all across this country to meet with them, to connect with them, and your network has hardly ever probably reported on that. You also had the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Chairman Kane, who's a brave patriot, standing alongside the Secretary at the Pentagon this morning, again expressing his condolences to these families. And I just told you that the President of the United States will be attending their dignified transfer. So please,
that's not making the president look bad. That's showcasing that.
We expect you to cover that as you should. We expect you to cover that as you should, Caitlin. But you and your network know that you take every single thing this administration says and tries to use it to make the president look bad. That is an objectable fact.
I don't think covering troop deaths is trying to make the president look bad.
They actually tried to make the death of American troops about Donald Trump. It was one of the most childish. It was just so childish. Proved once again, Pete Hegseth's not. He's nowhere. But these are our fallen heroes. And the suggestion that we should be like Vladimir Putin and just ignore when American heroes die in uniform while serving this country. This is not. Keep those pictures up of those American heroes. This is not about Donald Trump. This is about these heroes and the families and the friends and the loved ones who mourn them.
Willie, just to Joe's point, in that briefing yesterday, which Jonathan Lemire and I covered, yes, We need to talk about Pete Hegseth and the president, but when the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dan Kane, took to the podium, it is the first thing he talked about.
Of course.
It is the first thing he talked about. And he talked about grief and gratitude and dedication to this country, which is how you start one of those briefings. And I remember thinking, watching Pete Hegseth, going, how childish is this?
He's a
is
child.
this language he's using?
Yeah.
And this sort of bro-centric, tough guy, we sunk their battleship. It was pathetic, but also embarrassing.
The stakes here couldn't be clearer. When leadership is based on political loyalty rather than proven competence, it doesn't just embarrass us. It directly endangers our troops and compromises our standing globally. The record of decisions and their consequences is clear. That's documented. The constant effort to control the narrative, to deflect blame, and to prioritize political image over profound human cost ultimately undermines the credibility of our entire government. If we can't trust them to honor our fallen, what can we trust them with? Make sure to like this video and subscribe to Partisan Pulse for more unvarnished truth.